One other topic that I'm glad we have Tyvis here for, because I think he told us last year a little bit of the behind-the-scene details on how the player vote and what stipulations and why people vote for certain ways. But if you guys didn't see over the weekend, the NFL put out its top 100 players for 2024 list. Steve, this is a 375, by the way, or 357. And it's players voted. And we talk about lists all the time. This one, a little off, I think.
You know, people get mad at the media because of their lists. And and I always say the players would be worse at this.
Well, they proved it.
And they prove it always.
So in case you missed it, this is the top 10 of the voted on by the players, top players for the upcoming season. Number 1 is Tyreek Hill. Number 2, Lamar Jackson. 3, Christian McCaffrey. 4, Patrick Mahomes. Myles Garrett came in at number 5. Number 6 was Chris Jones. Trent Williams at 7. TJ Watt at 8, Travis Kelce at 9, and Max Crosby at 10. But, Steve, go back to 1 through 5 real quick.
I mean, having Lamar, the fact that more players had Lamar Jackson ahead of Patrick Mahomes is ludicrous.
Why is that ludicrous? Why is this list bothering everybody?
Oh, it doesn't really bother me. It just proves that the players aren't any better at this than media.
Go back to that.
On what planet is Lamar Jackson better than Patrick Mahomes?
I don't know, the one where he won MVP last year.
Good for him.
Tyreek Hill being what? I don't know, the guy that was about to break Calvin Johnson's record? Yeah. Why would? Yes. I don't understand. CMC, the guy that is 3 things that's guaranteed in life: death, taxes, and CMC scoring a touchdown. Yeah. Why would
you think Lamar Jackson's better at football than Patrick Mahomes?
He was last year. Yes. He won the MVP award.
Who would you rather have as your quarterback?
Yeah.
Probably the guy that won the MVP award.
You'd rather have Lamar Jackson.
He had the better year last year. He did. Yes, Mahomes did some crazy stuff, but his numbers wasn't great. His guys was dropping the ball.
I don't care. He's still the
best quarterback. That's fine. If I'm going off of last year's stats,
well, is it just about last year?
Yeah.
And just about the traditional stats?
It couldn't be because Aaron Rodgers on the list.
Who played better in the playoffs?
Oh, Mahomes.
Lamar Jackson, of any...
I mean, clearly Mahomes did. He won it all.
I'm a big Lamar Jackson fan.
Are you?
Big. I love him.
Don't say that.
I thought he was going to be really good.
Don't say that. You know,
I said...
You're in the Cleveland market.
At draft... at draft time...
Better than Joe Burrow?
No.
Okay. I just wanted to check your temperature on that.
I loved Lamar Jackson coming out. I thought he was going to be really good. I thought he was going to be better than some of these. Now, I thought Baker was going to be good too, and I thought Josh Rosen was going to be good. So
you thought Josh Rosen was going to be good?
Yeah, I think
he was the only one I didn't think.
I think I was just hoping because I wanted a Jewish quarterback because we got no quarterbacks. We got barely any football players. We haven't had a quarterback.
Who's the best Jewish quarterback in history?
I mean, Sid Luckman, I think, was Jewish. Maybe I don't know. I'm not even sure about that.
How Jewish do you have to be considered Jewish?
It's just if you consider yourself Jewish.
I'm just messing with
you. I don't care. It doesn't matter
Jay
what the percentage is.
Crawford's African American.
Who is?
Jay, he's 8%.
8%? There you go. I wish I was. I got boring genetics. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, Lamar Jackson, of all the quarterbacks in the NFL, has been the worst in the postseason. Of the guys who have played a number of postseasons. Who's been worse? Who's been worse?
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson's barely played. And Deshaun Watson right now is not considered a top quarterback. Of the top quarterbacks in the league,
Josh.
Who's been worse? No, Josh Allen's been way better than Lamar Jackson.
I'm just trying to think of the top quarterback.
Yeah, nobody. People kill Dak Prescott. He's been better than Lamar in the playoffs. Lamar has been absolute trash in the playoffs.
How many games has Dak won in the playoffs?
You brought up numbers. Mike, give me Lamar Jackson's postseason numbers.
How many?
I'll tell you right now, they're not good as I pull this up.
They're awful. He's been terrible in the playoffs.
Dak won playoff games?
Not a lot.
For his career.
Yeah.
In 6 playoff games.
6 playoff games. 6.
Lamar has 6 touchdowns and 6 interceptions.
Oh, that's awful.
His completion percentage, 57.4%.
Awful.
His yards per game, 220.
Awful.
A little distorted because he threw for 365 in one game when they lost. He had 2 interceptions in that game. His rating in 6 playoff games, 75.7.
Awful. So now give me, because people kill Josh Allen all the time and Dak Prescott. Give me their numbers if you could.
Josh Allen in the playoffs.
Yeah. How many games?
Played 10 games.
Okay.
21 touchdowns,
21.
4 interceptions.
I mean, come on.
That's phenomenal.
He's averaging 272 yards per game and has a 100 quarterback rating.
I mean, people have killed him unfairly. He would have gone to the Super Bowl that one year if it wasn't for their defense.
And Dak Prescott in 7 playoff games.
Yeah.
How has Dak played in more playoff games than Lamar? That seems crazy.
Well, he's been around a lot longer.
Yeah, I guess he has. It just feels like Lamar.
Because Lamar's gotten knocked out early every year.
In 7 playoff games, Dak has 14 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, a quarterback rating of 91.8, and he's throwing for 280.3 yards per game.
How many touchdowns and interceptions?
14 to 7, 2 to 1.
So that's a lot of interceptions, too. He hasn't been great in the playoffs, but Lamar's been the worst of all the guys, by far. So he's played badly in the playoffs. Yes, Lamar's dynamic, does things that other guys can't do. He's all. I mean, if you're just judging on last year, I guess you can make the argument that Lamar was better than Patrick Mahomes last year. I don't agree with that, but you can make the argument certainly. But
I mean, he won the MVP.
Okay, but that doesn't mean he was. That doesn't mean that's right, or that he was definitely the best player.
Listen,
they always get it right. It's always so. Steve Nash should have beaten Kobe Bryant for the MVP.
James Harden beat LeBron for the MVP. Who'd you
Yeah.
rather have on your team, James Harden or LeBron?
I don't understand what that has to do with anything.
It's the exact same thing.
No, it's not.
Just because the guy had a great year statistically, and fine, give him the MVP.
Yeah.
I'd still rather have Patrick Mahomes every time.
There is not a team in the NFL except for maybe the Ravens that would take Lamar over Patrick. Is that fair?
That's fair.
Okay.
Are we sure the Ravens would take Lamar?
No, I'm not sure the Ravens
No,
would take.
You're right. And by the
Every
way,
team.
they got Tua ahead of Burrow on the list. And I guess if you're just going by last year, okay,
Burrow
fine.
got hurt.
But is the list supposed to be just
It's
how you
year,
did the year before?
it's year to year. Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought
but you don't factor in their careers at all?
I thought it would. I thought it was coming into this season.
Yeah.
Who is the top 100 players?
I actually don't have a problem with the Tyreek Hill thing because people are quarterbacks. You know, quarterbacks are more important. But if you're saying, is Tyreek Hill as good a wide receiver as Patrick Mahomes is a quarterback? It's probably
I had
arguable.
That man right there was my first pick in our fantasy pick draft last year.
Tyreek?
And I won it not because of him, because he got hurt, because Amari Cooper just went bananas at the end of the year.
Are there any? Who else on the Browns is on the list besides Miles?
Well, Denzel Ward did not make it.
Yeah, that's crazy. How many corners are on the list?
He can pull that up. McNuggets.
Yeah, hold on one sec.
He be on it.
I would just go to the bottom and who's the bottom corner.
Yeah, you don't need to know the exact amount, Mike. Don't worry about it.
Are you trying to see who?
NFL does it. They split it up by tens is the issue. You can't
Yeah,
just
they
scroll.
suck. Doesn't matter. Denzel should probably be
Ward's
on
the top one.
Now remember, there's a crazy amount of football players. There's,
How many games did he miss last year? Just 2?
I think it was 2. There's what?
The lowest cornerback
1,600 football players.
The lowest cornerback is Tariq Woolen of the Seahawks.
Oh, he's better than him.
Denzel's better than him?
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any other Browns on the list, Mike?
No.
Yeah, Amari Cooper was number 70.
Okay.
Where is Brandon Ayuk?
No.
Cooper was 70. Ayuk was 66.
Oh.
Yeah.
So fair trade. Where was Elijah Moore?
317.
300. Try 1,300.
I don't know if that may have been the only two they
Y'all
had.
go eat y'all
Well, who
words
else?
this year.
I mean,
They
Batonio,
do
no Batonio.
They do a terrible job sorting this, so I'm going through 10 by 10.
Don't worry about it.
That 8 ball coming back this year.
Yeah.
Y'all better mark
Anyway,
my word. I'm taking him in fantasy.
It really doesn't matter. My only point is that the players don't do any better job than media members picking the order.
I mean, yeah. Because
It's
told
all
you,
opinion in the
I
end.
told
Like
you
you made the argument for Lamar,
that-
and you arguing that he won the MVP is a fair argument.
You wouldn't fear going against Lamar.
I
over Mahomes?
absolutely would. Oh no, not over
If
Mahomes.
you was a player.
No, because when it matters the most, Mahomes is usually great,
But the problem
and
is
Lamar's never great.
I'm saying to go against. Like Lamar could
I didn't play defense,
Lamar
so-
could do so much. Like
Then why
as a corner?
Yeah,
As a corner, if I'm going against Mahomes, I just stay on top of the route.
but then why?
But if it's Lamar, like I got to
then why
worry
has
about
Lamar
him
been
running.
so bad in the playoffs?
I have no idea You know why? Because
Yeah.
his defensive coordinator was a dummy that decided to play zone against Travis Kelce, and they shredded it. Mahomes shredded it, and then they went man to man, and I think they scored 3 points in the second half.
Past game,
so it was completely on the defensive coordinator for making a stupid game plan.
Right.
That's why.
And the offensive coordinator too. They threw the ball too much.
You said if you're a corner going against Mahomes, just stay on top of the route. Well, he seems to have pretty good success against corners.
No, I'm saying that's what I would do. But like Lamar, like I gotta cover this dude for like 20 seconds.
I don't know. Mahomes.
I think a lot of players reacted like you do as a defensive player. You're like, man, I don't know what the hell he's going to do.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I got to win a game. There's no chance on earth I'm taking Lamar Jackson.
I agree with that.
And nobody is.
I agree with that statement.
Lamar Jackson should certainly be near the top of the list.
Like Tyreek Hill, like if I was a corner, I wouldn't sleep that night.
Yeah.